Grainmaker. Welcome, everyone, to the Grainmaker Wrestling Podcast, a Prairie Proud wrestling podcast covering everything from Winnipeg to worldwide. My name is Blair Pacheco. I hope you're doing well, having a great day, evening, weekend, whatever it is, you're sitting down to listen to this. I'm not going to lie. I am very hyped for my guest this week. First noticed them a few years back. I think it was on a West Coast Pro show, and it's been incredible watching them grow and continue to make a name for themselves in the world of professional wrestling. They're doing some great stuff down in the States. We're going to talk about that and so much more. Joining me this week on the Grainmaker Wrestling Podcast, it's Alpha Zoe. Alpha, how's it going?
What it do? It's going good, keeping busy, staying out of trouble. That's the best thing to do, especially when you live out in California. Just try to stay out of trouble, man.
I completely understand. It goes along with those things of like nothing good happens after like 11 p.m., along those same lines.
Yeah, and nothing good happened after 10. So
now I got to ask, I saw your match with Ocean Avery from a few weeks ago.
Oh, okay. And, let's talk about it.
Dude, the chemistry you two had, like I thought you two worked so well together. Like it reminded me of the chemistry that like Dijak and Keith Lee had on those like PWG shows like years ago. Like you two just worked so well. I was wondering what it was like for you in that match.
The thing is with me and Ocean, that wasn't our first time wrestling each other.
Okay.
We actually wrestled each other a couple months prior in Oblivion Pro out in Seattle, Washington. So the thing is, me and him, we have kind of the very similar mindset when it comes to like telling the story in wrestling. Obviously, two brawlers. He's more, submission-esque. I'm more of I'm going to kick you in the face. And but the chemistry is there. We know how we are supposed to deliver, and we just did this, not the same match per se. I feel like we went kind of more, less back and forth on the first match. The second match definitely was more back and forth and more high octane when it came to the back end. So Ocean's a good guy. Love that guy. And if he's watching this, remember, all the way, man. We're all the way. It's an inside joke. So hopefully he sees it.
Now I'll have to tag him on it just to make sure he does.
There you go.
Well, you had that match, and I remember because earlier in the summer, it was you and Bosby one-on-one, and I remember watching that match against Tim Bosby, and I loved him. I'm a big fan of his, big fan of yours, and the fact that you're seeing more of like, hey, he's making a name for himself, in the Memphis area, and then okay, he's coming out to California, and you're welcoming him, and I thought that was great. Like, I love when you're getting. It's more of like the territory style from like the olden days, where like, yeah, he's doing his thing there, jumps over, see what he can do. What was that? What was it like, facing off with Bosby? Because you've sort of like, I've noticed you've kind of developed a reputation where some of the guys that are being brought in, like, hey, we're going to put him up against Alpha Zoe and see what they can do.
I look at it as, yeah, I'm getting put in with the out of towner, but at the same time, it's just like we're both up and comers at this point. So it's more of like, let's show what we can do for the people and, not just for ourselves. The people are more important. Obviously we're trying to make sure we sell ourselves to them enough and sell up the drama. So I would say it was interesting because obviously his style is a whole lot different than mine. He's more of a grappler when it comes to anything. He's a big body guy. He's like 260 something pounds. And then me being about 220, 219, maybe 217 on a good day. Usually people don't see me get thrown around. So, and for the longest part of my tenure at West Coast Pro, it's just like, Zo's like the strong guy. He's going to be tossing everybody. But we have seen a decline of me throwing people and more of me just fighting people.
Mhm.
So, I mean, I just want to showcase that there's more to me than just throwing and being strong. I want to showcase that like I have fighting, that flame inside of me that never dies out. And he just wanted to showcase that he can hang with me. I don't think I'm I think I'm good and great in the ring, but I'm not all that, man. Come on now, let's tone it down a little bit. Like I'm all right. I'm cool. I enjoy what I do. I make sure the people are satisfied,
Mhm.
but I wouldn't say I'm that hard to work with.
No,
Bosby was pretty easy to work with.
hell yeah. Now, I mean, you're out in the West Coast. Like, have you spent your whole life out there? Like, did you grow up out there?
Yeah, I grew up in East Oakland, California. I was born in Berkeley, California. Finished high school in Stockton, California. And I work in Vallejo, California.
Okay.
So yeah, I'm just in California. I'm in the northern part of California, not southern. Those are two different areas.
I always associated with Stockton, California with the Diaz brothers from MMA. Like, I don't know
Oh
what it
yeah,
was. Like, that was always what I thought of when I thought of Stockton.
yeah. No, no. Stockton is definitely Northern California
Yeah.
because Northern California consists of Sacramento, Lodi, Stockton, Lathrop, Tracy, so on and so forth. Then we get into the Bay Area. That's still Northern California.
Mhm.
Up until we get to like past the Grapevine or whatever is when we get into like Southern California. Once we start getting towards like LA,
Okay.
that's Southern California. Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
I mean, it's things like that for someone who like I mentioned off air. I've been there once before, and it was like San Francisco. So like what goes on in California, I have no idea. The like sort
Mm.
of areas and all that shit.
Well, it's not that bad out here.
No.
Just make it known that just don't make it noticeable that you're an out of towner, because then that's when things go bad.
So I
Just a
mean,
little, just a little bit.
I mean, had you always been a fan of professional wrestling, like even as a kid?
So as a child, um, I grew up playing like WCW versus
Mhm.
NWO, WWF, Warzone. I started watching wrestling, I believe, when I was 3. That's what I was told.
Okay.
I don't remember being 3 years old because obviously that's too far back for my brain to handle. But I started watching wrestling at like the age of 3. Started play fighting with my older brother at the age of 4. Broke about 5 beds at the age of 5 and 6. Broke a closet door at the age of 8. So yes. And that was from a spear to my older brother. So yes, I've always been a wrestling fan. I got that wrestling action figures.
Yeah.
I got the fake belt. I got the replica belts. Actually, there's a few over here in the living room. They're on the other side though. But yeah, I've always been a fan of professional wrestling. So growing up in the Attitude Era, I'm a '90s baby. So there we go. I was there for it. I was there for the tail end of it until we got into the ruthless aggression era.
Mhm.
Yeah,
So, I mean, being, from California, like, did you I know, like, people always talk about, like, WCW always having, like, more of an imprint on the South. Were you a WCW guy, or were you always WWF?
I was both. I
Yeah.
would sit there and watch both because there's favorites on each side of the spectrum when it comes to professional wrestling. I was a DDP fan. I was a Rock fan, Stone Cold, Macho Man. And, some of those guys went from WWF to WCW. So at the end of the day, for me, it was just like, at least there's two different products. There's something for me to watch. There's always different stories to go to and watch. And obviously different groups. We had NWO, DX. Um, but there was an abundance of NWOs. We're not going to talk about that though, because that's yeah.
Yeah.
But Nation of Domination, Ravens Flock, shit, LWO, fuck it. Uh, it was just an abundance of different things that you can just sit there and enjoy. Like
Yeah.
out Alex Wright was probably one of my favorite mid carders
Mhm.
back when I was growing up, just because he was so different and he wasn't from America, which was even funnier. So you sit there listening to him talking, you're just like, I don't know what he's saying, but he's dancing. So I'm just gonna. Good for you, man.
Well, I mean, I'm jealous because up here in Canada, we would get Raw on Mondays and we wouldn't
Mhm.
get Nitro until Tuesdays. So
Mm.
you come home from school, it would be on. But like I can only imagine like the enjoyment you'd have like flipping back and forth between the two shows. Like, hey, what are they doing now? You know, like, oh, how are they gonna, counter this? So like it had to have been a good time.
I mean, it's a good time until it's not, because then you're just like,
Back
I
and
don't
forth.
feel like flipping, and then yeah, I don't feel like flipping back and forth, and then I one at some point some of the matches on one side just be so good, so I'm just watching the whole thing. Then the other one ends. I'm like, damn, I missed it. And at that time, DVRs wasn't really much of a thing.
No.
I mean, we had what's it called, VHSs, and we could record the shows, but you'll have to kind of be on the show to record it.
Yeah.
But other than that, it's just like it was annoying. And so, would I still do it? Yes.
Oh yeah.
But do I do it all the time? No, I did not do it all the time. Sometimes I just said, I'll watch Raw this week, or I'll, watch WWF this week. Then I'll watch WCW the next week until WCW went. And
Mhm.
then it was just straight WWF throughout the whole time until they went to E. Then they got ECW.
Oh, that was
Yeah.
questionable. That was questionable.
Hey man, we just here. We live in their world,
Yeah.
We're here in their world. We're just living in it. You feel me? It's,
Well, what sort of made you decide that like, hey, yeah, I wanna give this a go? Like what drew you to actually wanting to become a professional wrestler?
honestly, I didn't even know that there were schools or anything when I was in college
Mhm.
or even growing up. So I'm gonna be real with you. It never really crossed my mind
Okay.
up until somebody that I went to college with was like, "Hey, you're a wrestling fan." I was like, "Yeah, I am." Have you ever thought of being a professional wrestler? And no, I'm a collegiate wrestler at this point in time.
Okay.
Uh, I've been hurt, so I lost my scholarship and all that. So I went to a whole different school instead of going to where I had my scholarship for, but it's all right. And I was like, yeah, I mean, I guess. And I was also an actor, so I just did plays and whatnot. He's like, yeah, I'll go to this wrestling school in Yuba City. I was like, wrestling school? I mean, he was like, you should come. All right. I show up. There we go. It was history after that. I mean, I showed up and started training and became a professional wrestler, November 14th.
Oh
There you
wow.
go.
And
Yeah.
that was like 10 years ago, was it?
11. It's
11?
going
Okay.
it's, it's going to be 12 in November.
Oh, shit.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just a young lad, 19 years old,
Dude.
living his best life in college and hoping that, I can just graduate and do something with my life. And then I became a professional wrestler, and now I'm over here sacrificing my body every week. So y'all better be happy that I chose that.
I mean, did you ever expect, like, when you showed up that day, that this was something that you were really gonna be able to, like, sink your teeth into and, like, get to where you are now?
It was very questionable. Because I look at it at the standpoint of, all right, I can do this. It looks like fun. And trust me, I love professional wrestling. Like
Mhm.
I really put my heart and soul into this, especially like now that I know what I'm doing. But it's just like it's either I do this, have fun, or I live a very boring life and get an office job or whatever. I
Mhm.
chose professional wrestling just to see where it would go. And in between all that time frame, I was working security, I was working at Amazon, I worked at a pizzeria, just to all pay for wrestling.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, I got my degree. I got a degree. It's okay. It's all
Mhm.
right, y'all. I still did the right thing. but but it's still like I would have never thought like that I would have made it this far, and done the things that I've done. Traveled to Japan, and that was one of my big goals coming up.
Mhm.
Travel to Japan, be on WWE, wrestle for AEW, meet D'Lo Brown, meet who else? Meet Gangrel, meet like an abundance of wrestlers from the Attitude Era that I watched on TV and just be like, "Ah, I used to watch your stuff back when I was younger." And I'm like, man, you making me feel old. I'm like, my bad, bro. Sometimes I'm still just starstruck. And then like
Yeah.
D'Lo Brown had a conversation with him. He actually watched me like wrestle and he said that I had the best match that night, like bar none, and I have all the tools to be a superstar in any company. And I took that, and I'm just like, you know what, he's right, because sometimes I doubt myself.
Mhm.
Obviously, as human beings, we have this mental mindset of like a lot of doubt especially when it comes to a dream that you're trying to make a reality. And yes, I made my dream into a reality, but me making it to the big time is still stressful and makes me doubt like, am I even gonna make it?
Mhm.
I'm putting in all this work, but is it gonna be all for nothing? But I need to let go of that and actually keep just shooting for the stars until, the stars align. So at this point, like I'm happy where I'm at, but now I got to keep trying to go further, you
Yeah.
know? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's one of those things. I mean, I think a lot of people like the idea of, like, "Hey, I wanna do this," or "I wanna do this," but they never actually, like, kinda put their mind to it and, like, go for it, and I don't know if it's worrying about failing or maybe
Yes.
there's other things, like, I think that's a big thing is people just don't wanna fail, and I see it a lot with, like, younger people nowadays. And I'm not trying to like, put them all in a group, but like I see a lot of, younger people are scared. They don't want to fail. They're scared to ask for help. And it's like sometimes you just have to. You gotta try, you gotta put yourself out there because it's the only way you're gonna get better and continue to grow.
Exactly. And in order for you to even get better, you will have to fail. So you
Mhm,
have to accept failure. I've accepted failure plenty of times in this business, and it only makes me better. It makes me come up with better ideas to do in the ring, how to present myself and everything. And right now, like I think my presentation is very much there. People are understanding me a whole lot more now. Like instead of me just being a Hulk, like a bulking Hulk that's just thrown around, people are starting to realize he's actually a professional wrestler. He
mhm,
actually is just a wrestler. But, I commend that to Kashihiro Shibata because I watched him a lot and I got the understanding of to be a great wrestler, the basics are the main thing. And you don't have to do all the flashy stuff to get over.
mhm.
Tell a story, make people believe, and that's it.
Yeah.
And that's it. And he's one of the people I look up to. Samoa Joe's another one, and that's where the attitude comes in. And then there's Kenny Omega, who's my favorite wrestler of all time. And just being able to just be himself and be authentic to the people. Someone that everyone could just be like, you know what? Yes, because he's just like me, 100%. I don't try to be wait like over the top. I'm myself.
Mhm.
I'm still over the top. Don't get me wrong, but I'm over the top in real life anyway. Like even outside of wrestling, I'm over the top. You can ask some of my students and some of my friends. They're like, yeah, he's a fool. Yes, yes, I am. And then Daniel Bryan, just Brian Danielson, my bad. I look up to him too. So I take a lot of little small things from each person that I look up to and put them inside of myself in order to show the crowd that there is still, something there that you can sink your teeth in and be like, I believe in that and I like what I'm seeing.
Mhm. Definitely.
Yeah.
I want to ask, I mean, you mentioned, collegiate wrestling, and, like, how much did that help you out when you decided to, like, start training? Because I know some people have said it made the transition you're easier, others have said, like, didn't make that much of a difference, but how was it for you?
Well, I would say 'cause it would be for the roles that we do. It made it like 10 times easier. But then again, being an outside kid and that like to be outside doing cartwheels and front flips and all that good stuff. I think I already had it, honestly,
Mhm.
even before collegiate wrestling, because when I joined wrestling in high school, I was already athletic. So, and that was the first actual real sport that I did. I didn't really play any sports. I was a dancer, but I wasn't like just out here, oh, let me play football, let me play
Mhm.
baseball and play basketball. No, I was just a kid that liked to play video games and liked to be outside.
Yeah.
And I would play those sports, but what I just play it like this is my sport, like for school. No.
No.
I like to just have fun.
Yeah.
So the transition was easy. But then again, as I said, me and my brother doing dumb shit in the house.
Yep.
Doing dumb shit in the house, breaking beds. I basically learned how to bump because I was doing that with my older brother every single day. Taking power bombs, taking F5s, all that. I picked up my older brother. He's 5 years older than me.
Okay.
So he was already like in his teens before I was even in my teens, but I was picking him up and throwing him. And I learned how to post and base and all that for him. I was over here doing ranas. So it was just like it's there.
Mhm.
You just can't look at it as like, oh, I gotta tee up. If it's there, it's there, and you can feel it. And I felt it the moment I got in the ring. I did my first. The only thing I would say that I had trouble with the transition with professional wrestling from collegiate wrestling was I was always able to land on my feet when I hit a front flip.
Okay.
So learning how to build bump, that was my biggest issue. I would hit a front flip and you're supposed to land straight on your back.
Mhm.
I would jump, over rotate, land on my feet. And that's from just a standing position.
Mhm.
So once I got past that, then everything was smooth sailing.
And it can be tough, like reprogramming your mind to like, no, you can't rotate as much. You got to stop here. You know, like it takes a little bit to get there because you're just so used to going full bore into it.
Yeah, and that's the thing in collegiate wrestling. Some moves and make you just over rotate so you can get away from your opponent.
Mhm.
Hence why I was over here doing front flips and landing on my feet. So when I started off wrestling, I wasn't even I wasn't even a regular wrestler. I debuted as a luchador. That was per my trainers.
Now, now I gotta ask because I mean I always ask about your first match, so I mean that's a perfect segue. So like, I gotta ask how was your first match? How do you feel about that, especially like going in with more of like a you're going to be a luchador sort of mindset?
You want me to be real or do you want me to lie?
I I would rather you be real, but if you want to be lie to say feelings for anyone, you can.
Oh, fuck everybody. So it was ass. Looking back at it, like to where I am now, to like that one, like of course this first match, jitters, yada yada yada. But it was just the fact that the person that it was a handicap match, by the way. I was put
Okay.
in the handicap match, so I was in a squash match. Um, the person that we're wrestling, he's been wrestling for about 7, 8 years, maybe almost 10 around that time period. You would think that he'll be able to lead both of us because he's supposed to be a big guy. He starts swelling on us, yada yada yada. Um I go up top. He's supposed to catch my crossbody, completely falls. Yeah, so I'm like, damn, that's crazy. So I get a pin on him.
Hey.
1, 2, he kicks out, and then at that point, he's telling me go back up top, and do it again. Honestly, you could have just hit me with your finisher and
Yeah.
just went home, brother. We did not need to do the spot again. But again, it's a learning experience.
Mhm.
So at that point, I can't be upset at it because like he he did what he could. The other person that was on the one that was on my team, it was the same guy that asked me if I would want to train. So
Mhm.
we debuted together, and he was just wailing on us. He did a choke slam to me, in which I actually went so high up into the air, and he's only like 5'10". I jumped up so high, like I was over his head and like away from his hand after I post. And then I came down, and that was probably the highest point of the match. And people were just like, "Oh, well, the match is over." He didn't even pin me. He just he that should have been the end of the match. He did pin me. You already beat up the other dude. You might as well. And he did the choke sign to me. The match was supposed to be over. I sold that shit like it fucking killed me.
Mhm.
And no, we just kept going. We just kept going. I was like, oh, all right. And around this time period, I'm on like 170 pounds. So
Okay.
yeah, as you see, that the weight difference is very much there now. That you're not getting a luchador Zo. Would you see me do head scissors from time to time? Yes. Anytime soon? Probably not. Um, but yeah, nah, it was ass, but a learning experience, and it was exciting because again, first match. Poetry in Motion Haiku was my name.
All right.
I was a black Japanese luchador.
Hey, I mean, you never know what's gonna work. I mean, maybe for the better that one didn't work out for you.
I mean, people want to see him make a return, except for Scott from West Coast Pro. He said if I ever do that shit, if I ever come out as Haiku again, he is going to fire me. So I'm not going to lose out on good money
No.
and at my home promotion right now. So, and I love where I'm at, and I love what I'm doing there. So yeah, I'm gonna keep it chill. We don't need to bring it back. I don't want to bring it back. Honestly, I don't know where the fuck the mask is. I don't know where the pants are. I don't know anything. I don't know anything. The shit
That's
is
okay.
gone. It is gone, and it's never coming back unless asked by big higher ups. Hey, can you bring back the? I can. It just might take a while.
So, I mean, you've been a part of wrestling for like 12 years. We're going on 12 years. So, like, you have really been able to see, the scene out in California really flourish. I mean,
Yes.
it's like you can tell just the wrestlers coming out of there, the promotions, like there's some incredible stuff going on. Now, what do you think is the main reason for that? Is it the talent coming up? Is it the schools, the training, the promotions? Because I mean, you have your hand in all of this. So I was curious what your thoughts are on it.
I mean, I would say it's the training, it's the coaches.
Okay.
Really. We have a lot of people around here that have been in the business for damn near 20 years. So they understand everything, they know everything, which hell, Jeff Cobb came from here, Royce Keys came from here, Jacob Fatu's from here, like Star Chaz Hall is from here. Jesus fucking Christ. I can that name is killing me, blood. But yeah, like we have an abundance of stars that
Mhm.
came from here, and that's only because of the training and the regiment that we all went through. And like I came up with Jacob and Charlie, Chaz, Chaz,
Chaz.
Chaz. I came up with them and a little bit of Royce. I came up with them just a little bit. Like they were already like Chaz, not Chaz, but Royce and Jacob was already like getting up there in the business. I was just right behind them.
Okay.
So so I just seen everybody just flourishing finally, especially after COVID. It was definitely after COVID when everything started really happening.
Mhm.
Some places would still run shows. Some people just really said, "Fuck yeah, I'm about to take a chance for myself and fly out to what's it called? Fly out to Florida, either do a tryout or be at AEW."
Mhm.
You know, so yeah, and lo and behold, Will Hobbs, aka Royce Keys, did the AEW, went to WWE. Jacob was getting ready for WWE. Me and him was training together around that time period. Out in Berkeley. He got, he lost a lot of weight. I was proud of him. And now look at him. He's a star.
Hmm.
Me and Charlie been on an abundance of shows together, and now he's ID'd. Good job to my boy. You know,
Oh
I
yeah.
love him. So it's just the training, man, the coaching and the schools. They all mean well. It also depends on how much you want it.
Yeah.
If you don't show that you want it, then you're not gonna get it.
Is that something you look for when you see new students coming up and like they're learning from you? Is like how badly somebody wants it? Is that like a one of the big selling points for you?
I mean, for me, it's definitely that. Like, I want to see how much you actually want. Like, are you coachable?
Hmm.
Are you gonna talk back, or are you gonna listen? Like, at the end of the day, if you're coachable, you're gonna make things a whole lot easier for who you're learning from. But if I don't see that you really want it, and you're just out here lollygagging and bullshitting and not doing what you're supposed to be doing, then you ain't gonna make it nowhere. I
Yeah.
mean, that's me being realistic. Especially, with how I've seen some kids just, they'll show up and then think they already got it, and then their match is ass. And then I'm like, you need to train more.
Hmm.
And then they don't want to train. And I'm like, all right, well, that's not my problem. You're not my student.
Yeah,
So
exactly.
yeah. So good luck to you. That's it. Good luck to you, man.
You mentioned Japan earlier, and
Yeah.
I want to ask how that came to be. Like, because I mean, you went over there. I think it was 2023. Got to work a few different promotions, and it seemed like you had a nice little run there. How did Japan come to be for you?
Oh, funny. This is a story and a half. So there was one day I was hanging out with my best friend Raphael, assistant. Shout out Rafi. We were chilling in his car and we were just talking about our hopes and dreams. And I told him by the end of this year, around like that time frame, I was like, I'm gonna go to Japan and I'm gonna wrestle out there. And he was like, I believe in you. He was like, I believe you can get to that. And I was like, yeah, I hope so. We're gonna fast forward like 2 or 3 months later. West Coast was hosting a tryout for Marvelous. Marvelous Pro Wrestling is the sister company of West Coast Pro. So Scott was all like, hey, do the tryout. That was him saying that he believes that I can actually win the tryout. He does not make any decisions. Whoever wins it wins it.
Mhm.
But he knew somewhere deep inside that I can actually win the tryout. And around that time period, I was kind of, going through like a little depressing state and whatnot. And I was just like, you know what? Fuck it. I'm gonna do it. So I put my money in, went to the tryout. We just did 5-minute matches, introduced ourselves, did 5-minute matches like short matches like they do in WWE and whatnot when you're doing a tryout match. I wrestled Robert Martyr. Um, I think my presence and my ring positioning and everything played a big part of them choosing me to go to Japan. Because I'm not saying like my presence is huge, but it's not going to be ignored.
Mhm.
You feel me? So me and Robert are going. I chop Robert Martyr. Chigusa goes absolutely like crazy for the chop because the chop was loud and big, and I followed all the way through with it and took my moment with the crowd, and we actually finished the match in five, like I think like 4:55.
Okay.
Yeah, so good on time. We
Mhm.
didn't overshoot or anything, and then yeah, I think it was like 100 people there. So I'm over here waiting after everybody's done, and like I'm like, am I stressed out? Yes. Am I worried? Yes. But then that's again what we talked about, doubt. And I started doubting myself because they were taking so fucking long. And finally, out of nowhere, they came in and they announced that I was one of the winners because they were taking two girls and two boys. And I was one of the boys. And at that moment, my dream came true. I wrestled in Japan for Marvelous Pro, Noah, Pro Wrestling Noah, 01, and had a great time out there. I would love to go back again. Chigusa has told me that she would love for me to come back, and maybe the end of this year
Nice.
might be my time to actually be like, you know what, I'm gonna go out there for about a month and just go do my thing out there again. So we gonna see. But that was the story. It went from me telling my best friend that I'm gonna wrestle in Japan that by the end of this year to me doing a tryout, and then let me add this, wrestling Brian Keith before I left to Japan.
Mhm.
So my last show was me versus Brian Keith at West Coast Pro at Whiplash. The same show, I believe it was Timothy Thatcher versus Chris Hero.
Okay.
And then no one saw me ever again after that. I left to Japan without telling nobody that I left.
Oh wow.
And then I just posted a picture that I was already. Here's my first match in Japan. They were like, "Wait, what? Yeah, I'm already out there. I'm already out there. I'm
What
out there,
what
brother."
what did you like most about Japan? Like what really stood out to you? Because you had mentioned it was somewhere you always wanted to go.
Um, I would say the environment. It's
Yeah.
very calm and relaxing there. Like even though like it rains, snows, heat waves, nothing that I'm not used to. But it was definitely just the environment and how nice the people are. I can walk outside at 3 o'clock in the morning and not have to worry about getting shot or stabbed. Um, and it was just a different vibe out there.
Mhm.
And I enjoy like quiet. Like I enjoyed things being quiet, especially in the house or outside. So, and it was always just quiet and peaceful. And I can really just think clearly all the time and be like, all right, so I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do this. I didn't have to be like, oh, I hear all this noise now, I'm losing my thought process or anything like that. It was just great. The training was great too. Training with Mio, Magenta, sometimes Takumi. Um, you know, it was just a good time all around. The food there is great. One of my shirts are actually hung up at one of the family markets out there. So that's fucking cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, I didn't know the lady that owned the family that worked at that family mart by the dojo was a wrestling fan, and she was just like, "You're the demon of the West Coast." So I was like, huh, I'm walking in there just to get a snack. I'm not even, I don't have to be incognito or anything.
Mhm.
Obviously I'm still new there, and then all of a sudden she hits me with that. I was like, "Oh, you know your stuff." Oh, all right. I was like, "That's crazy." That's crazy.
Because I imagine you're not expecting anything like that. You're just there to, wrestle, take in some sights, and the fact that someone recognizes you, it's like, oh shit, okay, but you know Paul, let's talk.
Yeah, it was very mad interesting. And then after that, just getting the love from the fans and them just being like treating it like a sport, not treating it as just like a show or entertainment. Like yeah,
Mhm.
obviously it's entertainment, but they're treating the show like it's a sport. So that's why I still wrestle. Like for me, when I wrestle, I treat my match like it's a fight. Like this is a
Mhm.
fight where we're fighting for the win. We're not just gonna go do whatever. No, this is going to be a violent time for everybody. It might
Mhm.
get uncomfortable at some point, and like I've gotten to that point before, and then I strayed away from it, and now I'm going back to it. So yeah,
Oh yeah.
yeah.
Um, I got a couple more for you. Then I mean, I'm gonna let you go. I mean, it's Monday. I know you got, or it's Wednesday. Shit, I know you
Wednesday,
got.
my dude.
Fuck. I know you got stuff going on this evening, but I want to ask. I mean, what are some matches that really stand out to you? Stuff that you're really proud of.
Well, one match I'm really proud of. I'm gonna always be proud of this one because this was like my start as a singles wrestler completely at West Coast. Because at some point, I was part of a 3-man group called the Conglomerate. We're not gonna talk about that.
Okay.
because conglomeration,
Mhm.
conglomerate. We're, we did not get bid off of, but it's okay. Still love it. Still love it. I was part of a group called the Conglomerate. It's a group that me and my friends made during the COVID times, and we would travel together. We'd do ring crew together at different shows, get on the shows, wrestle. Boom. At some point, the Conglomerate was at West Coast. We were one of the best six three-man teams at West Coast. We were popular. People loved what we did. We had the charisma. Everybody played their part. At some point, that started going downhill, and I was left by myself. And by that point, Scott had hit me up one day. I remember because I was at a store, and he had called me, and I answered. And I was like, "What's up?" He's like, "Look at Twitter." And then he hung up. And then I was like, "Okay." I look at Twitter. It's me versus Leo Rush. It's my first one-on-one match, like in months at West Coast. So I'm like, "Oh shit!" This was the first quote unquote like test for me to see did I actually get up there like with my wrestling, or am I stagnant and still just whatever.
Mhm.
So me and Leo, we wrestled each other, and like Leo's my friend, so I love Leo Rush. Every time I see him, it's a good time. But the crowd during that show, and if you need to watch that match, it's on my YouTube. Yes, I have a YouTube. I just have never fucking put it out there. I forget that I even have it. Alphazo is the YouTube. I only got two matches on there. But run them up. But me versus Leo Rush went pretty insane. They brought streamers for that match because again, my first singles match at West Coast, and now this is my time to shine. Me and Leo went absolutely insane in that match. I was able to keep up with them. I wasn't dead tired. The crowd was behind the whole match, and they just loved it. And a standing ovation happened, and at that point, that match made me who I am now. So I built up from that match to what's coming up next now.
Nice.
Uh, yeah, so I would just be like, yeah, me versus Leo Rush, always gonna be me versus Leo Rush. That was a match that made me at West Coast. Um,
Good.
and I, and I love Leo for even like wanting to work. He was so excited for it, and I don't be knowing when people are watching me. Like he was like, yeah, no, a lot of people watch you and they want to wrestle you. I'm like, I don't know these things. I don't know shit. People don't tell me. I'll be like, follow me on Instagram and and then tell me you want to wrestle. We can make it happen somewhere. Shit.
Exactly. Got to speak that stuff out into the world, you know?
Exactly. So me versus Leo, definitely up there. Me versus Alex Shelley is definitely up there because that one was a sentimental one. Because it was my dad's celebration of life because he had passed away the same he had passed away, so I went to do the celebration of life, and then I went straight to West Coast to wrestle Alex Shelley. Now obviously I'm not 100% there mentally, but I finished the match the way it was supposed to be done and did the match. It was the way it was supposed to be done, the way that we called it. And then Alex found out that I wasn't fully there. He was just like, not a lot of people can wrestle the style that, I throw at them, but you did it even with a burden, going through your brain right now. I was like, we got to do what we got to do. Like,
Mhm.
I'm not going to sit here and make excuses about why I can't wrestle. I'm here to work. Let's
Yep.
fucking work. And I got Alex respect from that. And me versus Brian Keys and Jeff Cobb. Me versus Jeff Cobb. I think most of my like main matches are the ones that can be seen on YouTube right now. Like
Yeah.
me, Brian Keith, me and Jeff Cobb. Like just the ones that people would just be like, man, he really put in a lot of work. And is it being undermined? Probably not. I don't know. People forget about those matches from time to time, but no one really forgets about the Leo match. That's why I put that one first.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
One thing I always like to do is ask for a match recommendation, and it's one that you are personally a fan of. That can be any wrestlers, any promotions, any streaming service, but one you're a fan of that you think the listener should check out.
Hmm. Man, listen. I'm gonna just say this. It's always gonna be Kenny versus Brian Danielson, AEW. Like
Mhm.
that match was beautiful. Like I don't care what anybody says. That match was 100% what it was made out to be. Two of the greatest wrestlers of all time going at it for the first time in like years because they've wrestled each other hundreds of
Yeah.
times on the indies, but to put it on a bigger stage on AEW when they're both at their prime, absolutely insane. Was absolutely insane. I sat down and watched that match like 4 or 5 times. It's on YouTube right now.
Yeah.
Like it's on AW's YouTube. Or if we just want to be sick fucks, you feel me?
Yep.
We can go to Kenny versus Okada, like the whole story. We want to be sick fucks, do that, or Samoa Joe versus fucking man. Yeah, Samoa Joe versus anybody at that point. Just Samoa Joe versus Kenta and fucking Brian Danielson. Watch that one. Yeah, everybody watch that one. That one was actually fucking funny.
You know which one I watched not too long ago was Joe versus Marishima from ROH.
Oh yeah, that one was fire.
Oh, I love that one.
That one was fire. See, ROH, the old ROH has so many gems that you can just watch, and that's what I really just be sitting down watching when I do want to watch some like great wrestling. I'm like, yeah, give me all the sick shit right
Yeah.
now. Give me all the sick shit. Give me that. Give me Samoa Joe versus Kenta Kobashi. Oh
Yes.
yeah, I've actually had lunch with Kenta Kobashi when I was in Japan.
Fuck.
Yeah, I forgot to mention that, and I almost died. So yeah, that was fun. I
Was
almost died in front of Kenta Kobashi.
okay. But you're okay. You're good.
I mean,
You're
I'm
good.
living.
Okay. You're good.
I'm living. I'm
Okay.
living. Just found out I'm allergic to swordfish. That's it.
Well, that's something. Okay. Now I've started doing this. I'm going to ask 5 random questions. They don't pertain to wrestling because I mean we do all have a life outside of wrestling, but
Yes.
it's just to like add a little bit more.
Okay.
So, what was the first CD you bought?
The first CD I bought was I Am, the Nas album.
Oh, no. I'm trying to remember the first single that was off. Was that Nas's like?
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Um, I my introduction to him was "It Was Written" was the first one I ever got, and I loved that album. The "If I Ruled the World" with Lauryn Hill was one of my favorite songs for the longest time. I just
Beautiful song.
loved it. It's so good.
Beautiful song. I actually went to a Nas concert last year, in August, and he did it with a symphony from Berkeley, and it was just so amazing. It was so beautiful. That was my first concert actually.
Oh wow.
Was seeing Nas, and it was supposed to be for me and my older brother because our birthdays are both in January. So I bought the tickets early for us, and then he got stuck in New York, so I just went with my friend.
Eh.
Yeah.
What was the last movie you saw?
Mortal Kombat 2.
How is it?
I love it.
Yeah.
I love anything Mortal Kombat. I love it. But this one now we're getting to the nitty gritty of the tournament arc now. People died. I'm not gonna spoil it for the listeners who haven't watched it. People died. We did the tournament. The tournament's over. Now we gotta revive the people that are dead. I believe Shang Tsung and Quan Chi are gonna go get Shinnok. It's about to be a movie again. We're about to get a part 3 because I'm already working on it, so I'm here for it. I'm seated. Y'all can have all my money. Another round. Mortal Kombat. Ed Boon, have all my money. You can have it.
Who is an athlete or, we'll say musician, actor who you think is underappreciated?
Michael Jai White.
Yeah, I could see that.
Spawn, man. Like
Yeah.
he literally brought Spawn to the big screen, and he actually makes a whole lot of movies that be on Netflix, yes, and not in theaters, but if you actually sit down and watch them, they're actually all really good. And then his time doing the Medea movies, like all those and doing the shows, he's really great at doing his acting. He doesn't have to do a martial arts film. He can just be a regular actor, and he plays his roles completely where they're supposed to be.
Um, I'm going to ask for a recommendation for the next one, but a restaurant, a store where you're living that you think people should check out.
That is interesting. So I'm in Stockton right now. So I'm gonna say if there's a place that you need to check out, that probably no other place is gonna be like is Midnight at Bernie's is over there on North El Dorado Street, right on Kelly Drive. It's right there. It's only open on Tuesdays, Wednesdays, and Thursdays, and Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays. They're off on Mondays. Yeah, check them out. Especially if you're a stoner, because most of the food there is for like people that are stoners. I am not. But I do enjoy the food. I like to get the sliders and Bernie fries, which is basically if you eat at In and Out, it's just animal style fries, but better because there's ground beef in it. So yes, yes, with their sauce. And a fruity pebble milkshake.
Fruity Pebble milkshake. All right.
Yeah, yeah, they have an abundance of milkshakes. They also be having specials on certain days. So if you ever come to Stockton, go to Midnight at Bernie's. It'll be worth your while.
Last one, and this is the one that everybody gets asked. If
Mhm.
you were to have dinner with one Muppet, who are you choosing?
Elmo.
Elmo. All right. I
Wait,
like that.
is Elmo a Muppet? Is he a
Uh,
Muppet?
I feel like he might be Muppet adjacent because he was Sesame Street, right?
Yeah, he's Sesame Street. A Muppet. A Muppet. Let me think on that now. Is a Muppet? See, I was more Sesame Street than I was like the Muppets. Was Muppet like Kermit the Frog and shit?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'd just be Kermit.
Okay. I'll take it.
Uh, uh, hey, how's it going, man? Yeah, it'll be Kermit. But if I could choose any of like the like doll adjacent like puppets or whatever, it'll be Elmo.
Yeah.
Because I got to talk to him about Rocco. His hatred for Rocco needs to be studied.
I will take any puppet adjacent answers from this point forward. So you have unlocked something new.
There we go. There we go.
Uh, upcoming shows, where can the people see you at? What do you have coming up? I mean, this will be dropping on the 13th. So where are you at after that?
So I will be at Oasis Pro. Wait, well, this is gonna be after this shit drops. I'm so I'm just gonna cut off with Oasis Pro because we're gonna be past that. Um, I would be at West Coast Pro September 19th or 20th. I got to look back at that. I'll get back to you on that one. But I will also be making a debut in North Carolina August 22nd. I won't say what promotion just yet. I'm just going to let the flyer drop when it does. I will also be in LA wrestling at Epic Pro. It'll be me versus Bad Dude Tito, August 29th. La, 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 la. There's a few more. Let's see, what else? Um, I believe I'm going to be at Ugwa. That's in San Jose. Somewhere in September as well. They haven't dropped the date yet, but I know that it's supposed to be in September. So yeah, so far so good that I'm wrestling Isaiah Bronner. Uh, oh, Oh,
That smoke detector's just going off. It's okay. I don't think the house is burning down.
it's okay. It might be your mixtape, man. I'll be wrestling Isaiah Bronner at West Coast Pro. So please watch that as it's West Coast versus East Coast yet again. I'll be the one introducing them to the crowd. A lot of people like to say, I just run through all the fly-ins because that's evidently my job now. Uh, yeah. No, yeah, September 20th. There we go. I remember because I remember having that conversation because the date changed.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there we go. Look at my CTE brain working. I love that. But yeah, that's all I got right now. There's just an abundance of shows. I haven't dropped flyers or anything just yet, so
For
I
sure.
can't really say much.
Yeah.
Can't say much right now. But I will be in North Carolina August 22nd. So debuting. It'll be a debut. So
Well, if the people are wondering, I'm assuming it'll be up on your social media. So where can they follow you if they are not already following you?
you can follow me at the underscore, like the or the, however you want to say it, because people say it differently, underscore alpha zo, alpha ALPHAZO. Yeah. Then we also got my Twitter, which is KOT AlphaZo. AlphaZo. Remember that. Don't spell it wrong. No F. All right. No F. God damn it. Um, I won't be giving out my Facebook because that's my shooter. My shooting name is on there.
Yep.
So we're just gonna leave that alone. If you find me, you find me. You don't, you don't. And then my YouTube, AlphaZo.
Yes. Go to
You'll
the YouTube and watch those matches.
Yeah, so there's me versus Leo Rush, and there's a prestige match on there. I can't put my finger on which match it is right now.
Evan Rivers.
Uh, yes,
Okay.
yes. See, I see. You knew. There we go.
I do a little research.
There we go. That match is on YouTube as well. That was a great match as well. Shout out Rivers. Hope he's doing okay. I know he was going through a little
Yeah.
injury of some sort. I hope he's doing okay. He's a great guy. Love
He's
him.
a solid guy. So speedy
Yeah.
recovery to him.
Yeah, and that's it. I think that's all. I don't have threads. I don't have nothing else. I'm boring.
I wouldn't say that, but I will say I really appreciate you joining me today. Thank you so much for this chat.
You feel me? I'm just here, just trying to have a good time. I hope you did, and I hope your day is blessed and goes amazing for the rest of the day/night. It was daytime for me. It's probably nighttime for you, but
We're getting there.
Oh, there we go.
Thank you to Alpha. Thank you for checking out the podcast. I say it every time. I always say it. I appreciate you taking time out of your day to listen to me talk wrestling. If it's your first time listening, you can find me on all social media at Grainmaker Wrestling Podcast, up on all podcast streaming platforms, and up on YouTube where you are watching this now. So thanks so much for checking out the podcast. We'll talk soon.
Yeah.
Grainmaker.